an all-new episode of Hanging with the Dreamer every Monday at 12 noon. Available wherever you stream. Hey everybody, it's your old boy the Dreamer. Welcome to Hanging with the Dreamer featuring Sonia Kazarova. Sonia is a wonderful, kind, beautiful soul. And she is here on my birthday to talk about touring, to talk about her music, to talk about her transition from being a Grammy nominated opera singer for her release String Theory to country, to burying her heart and her soul. And before I bring Sonia out from the green room, very quickly, if you would like to support my production or even just send me a little birthday love, a little birthday wish, please do hit my support link in the description box below. It goes a long way. I'll be able to keep the lights on, keep the show going, and keep bringing epic content and legendary guests such as Miss Sonia Kazarova. So, thank you for being here, everybody. Happy Friday. Support local music. Without further ado, it is my esteemed honor, my esteemed privilege, my esteemed blessing to witness one of life's most beautiful full circles, Miss Sonia Kazarova.
Oh,
welcome.
Happy birthday. I'm so glad to be here.
Thank you so much, Miss Sonia.
Man. With me everywhere.
Thank you everywhere. Thank you to everybody who will watch today. Together, let's make a positive impact and influence and inspire somebody's life for the better in a world of sadness and grief. Let's make somebody's day happy today. It's my birthday, that's my wish, and that's why I'm here. Thank you so very much, everybody. Welcome to Hanging with the Dreamer. Sonia, how are you?
Oh my goodness. Wow. With such a great intro and such good thoughts about what we're going to be creating together. It's wonderful to be here. Thank you for having me. I'm just open book, whatever you want to know.
Likewise. Well, before I share some of your beautiful music with the world, even more so. What was it like? First of all, who is Sonia Kazarova?
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm sure I'm an amalgam of whatever God had intended, and also my parents. That's sort of what I was creating this album because of who I was getting sort of introduced as. My dad is a working guy who worked for the phone company since as a kiddo, and my mom was an educator working for the Colorado State Board of Education. And my dad likes to he's a gunsmith. And he lives out on a little ranch in Colorado, teeny tiny ranch. And so I had this sort of dichotomy in me that made people used to call me Dirty Harry Debutante, which is like the old Clint Eastwood movie. And my mom was the sort of like erudite French lady, and my dad was kind of the working guy. And I have both of them in me, so that makes me sort of this character. And I wrote the song Dirty Harry Debutante, and nobody knew who Dirty Harry was anymore, because I guess it was too long of a time. Though how you could forget this iconic character by, with Clint Eastwood, and that was kind of fun. But my producer really bugged me, and he was like, "Come on, you got to change it. Nobody knows what it means." And so I was like, "Well, what about Desperado?" And he's like, "All right," because that harkens back to songs that we love, like, Desperado by the Eagles, and so I thought, okay, let's do that. So that's sort of a description. I admit that this album ended up being kind of an introduction to me as an artist, to try to really bear and be as open to being seen as I could imagine.
So, when did you first realize that you were created to share your passion of music and love and positive energy with the world? When did you first learn that? What is your musical background?
Oh my goodness. I first learned that before I could speak or really even sing in tune. I definitely remember very strongly being recorded when I was 3, singing some Beethoven by my dad. And I had this huge voice for this little body. It's sort of the same way now. I speak softly, but when I sang, it was really loud. It was very big. And so I have this sort of purpose, and I was always writing poetry. Even when I was little, I would perform with this wonderful blind artist by the name of Karen Karsh, who is really wrote special music herself. And I would perform my poetry at like age 4.5, 5, 6. That was sort of the beginning of knowing that there was something coming through me from, it's not me. I can't be like, oh, I'm so great. Yeah, great. I got this big instrument that was given to me by God, whatever you feel is right, God, the universe, whatever you relate to, but it's definitely something bigger than me. And then when I'm writing this music or writing poetry, and it was much bigger words than a little kid should have had, it just flows through me. And that still happens all the time to this day. Like when I'm writing a song, a lot of times I'm almost watching myself going, just look at this. Like, I can't believe this is happening. This is so cool. Oh my God. Some things I worked harder on. Like I'll write the lyrics first, and then I usually sit in front of the fireplace like at 4 a.m. and write the melody. And I have to be quiet because my daughter's sleeping in the other room. It's just the 2 of us. And it's just been an adventure, but that definitely has been a thing in terms of it coming straight through me. Like, it's very important for me to get this music out to people, not just sing it for myself. And that's really fun, and play with other musicians, which is amazing. You know that feeling because you were a musician, are a musician. But to have that opportunity those things are coming through me for a reason. This album, I feel I know it's going to sound really cheesy, but it's going to help people. I think it might even save people, like from some of the things that I experienced. I had not exactly the smoothest road, obviously. So it's real personal, and I think that it could shake somebody out of something. Some of the songs that are coming, that are like the one that's dropping this month is The Game, and then another one that's called It's Not Too Late. The full name of it was It's Not Too Late to Stand Up. And those are sort of the core of where the whole story shifts in the album, because it's a full story about a great love shattered and redeemed. But anyway, I get all looped around, but it's just a really amazing thing. Since I was at itty bitty, standing in front of people at the Fairmont Hotel singing Beaver or other big music, and I was like 4, 5, and it would surprise people. We didn't really have, I'm from back in the day where we didn't really have like a lot of that America's Got Talent and stuff like that. So my America's Got Talent was on the stages of like big hotels where my dad would take me to brunch, and I would just go tug on the pant leg of the band leader. Those guys were amazing. If I could find those guys again, they could play. The guy was playing the upright bass. They were incredible jazz players. And I just would get up there as a little kid, clamber up there and just let it all hang out.
Well, that's beautiful. And something, that's quite an experience at a very impressionable age.
Yeah.
There's a lot that I could share at another time about stuff like that, but I
I'm
gotta
gonna hold you to that. I want to find out these stories, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. There, the video talking about your beautiful music. Everyone, happy birthday to the dreamer. I have Miss Sonia Kazarova. And I have to share with everybody her video for Desperado Debutante. Are you guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we have the comment section. Let's say hi. Pooh Ninja, you don't always meet the people who lives with you. You ate along the way. Yes, that's very true, Pooh. Exactly. Exactly. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. As much as I do, Pooh. Miss Sonia Kazarova. This is Desperado Debutante.
Across the pond, laughing like a silver horse, who was born to run. She's gonna break your heart, that desperado debutante. An angel's face and a daddy's gun, a starry night in the midnight sun, gentle smile on a 44. Who could ask for more? Desperado debutante. Wild orchid on her lips, all that beauty, grace, and style. You're almost sure she's what you want to grease your country mile. And so you better take your chance while she's standing there. You gotta give it all you got for desperado debutante. An angel's face and a daddy's gun, a starry night in the midnight sun, a gentle smile like a 44. Who could ask for more? Desperado debutante. An angel's face and a daddy's gun, a starry night in the midnight sun, a gentle smile and a 44. Who could ask for more? Desperado debutante. Raised her father's only son. Mama shone like a big bright star from across the pond, laughing like a silver horse, who was born to run. Desperado debutante, desperado debutante. She's everything you'd ever want, that desperado debutante. Laughing like a silver horse, who was born to run.
Desperado Debutante. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. What is the backstory to that song, Sonia?
Can I tell you?
You you
Yeah, like I say, I mean, that a lot of it, it's about this, as you know, is a whole story, right? So the releases, it's not quite like an album, it's not quite a movie, but it's kind of something in between where the releases all connect to one another. So it's the story. This is the intro of our female, hopefully hero. We see if she's a hero or not. I don't want to give anything up. But it's, you know, it's definitely very personal. It's about, I mean, it's kind of about me. It's based on perceptions about me and perceptions about, you know, how, you know, when you're in that position, how guys perceive you and kind of what they think is going to happen, and, you know, whether or not that's what should happen, you don't know. But then sort of at the end, you see the cliffhanger of this really handsome, mysterious cowboy come in, and you're like, wonder who's that guy? So, yeah, it's fairly straightforward, and it starts getting more, maybe not convoluted, but more complex from that point forward.
No, I'm very astounded, and I'm amazed. Uh, Now, I don't know. This is just what I perceive, what the dreamer sees, but I see a lot of influence, a culmination of the Eagles, gosh, really Desperado, and and the long run. Um, that's kind of the vibe I'm picking up, and
Like it, but I I definitely go for those storytelling old school country songs. My influences are right on what you're talking about. Influenced by the Beatles, influenced by Paul Simon, by Michael Franti, by George Strait. I mean, I think that this is a real. Almost all my songs was an accident because I don't know, I'm an opera singer. You'll see as this album goes forward, there's more opera sneaking in different places. But I I think that most of them are club two steps. So you're gonna find that they're very danceable. People are gonna want to, you know, two step around. Those two stepping people in the shoot are amazing. And I have to say, you know, there's a wonderful guy by the name of John Wheaton, who was the choreographer and brought in all those dancers. He himself is a Hall of Fame dancer, probably one of the most famous West Coast swing guys in the U.S. And he brought in his top 10 couples to be in it. So they were, you know, they were folks who liked to dance, and they just danced all day long, all night long on the set for 6 days. They were amazing. But I will say that we will be dedicating the next releases to John, because John passed away from COVID a couple of Mondays ago, and it was really, really shocking because he went through a long struggle with it. He was all right and coming out of it and in a recovery place, and then he took a turn. I was shocked because one of the other dancers was kind enough to reach out. We've been staying in touch with John, and I was about to go up there and see him in person because they were going to allow guests, you know, people to visit. And I was just calling up to see, hey, would it be appropriate to come this weekend? And he was like, so we lost one of our amazing guys who's in like every scene. You'll see he's in the next one, and he's amazing. He plays the Reverend in like the second, like, let's see, July's release. He plays the Reverend in It's Not Too Late. So, I mean, he plays so many different characters. I'd already planned the second album with John involved, but there were so many friends who came out to do this with me, and John was one of them. So I just want to give a shout out to our wonderful angel wing John, who's up there looking down on us, looking out for us.
hi, John.
Hi, John. We love you, man. So good people all. You see Jed in there. So my neighbors, people came from all over the world, like who I knew, out of the kindness of their heart to help me make this video. I called people I hadn't talked to in 15 years. Deus, would you consider coming up to Santa Ynez and putting on your cowboy boot and hat and, you know, dance around with us for a while? He's a fighter pilot and a professional dancer and an excellent actor. And you see him there. And my neighbor, Paul Gillings, from when I was a kid, who lived next door to me, has like a degree in theater, and he's an actor and a wonderful music guy. And he's legit. They have a ranch. So I know he's got a hat and boots. I'm like, come on, bring your stuff. Let's go. everybody said yes. People got on planes. They came. They danced, and they became friends. Like, I've been on a lot of sets, not enough. I want to be on more, but like I've been on a lot of sets, and it's really rare. Maybe I'm delusional, but the whole thing was so special because everybody was so nice to each other, and they had we catered it, and I put everybody up in a big old giant house outside San Ynez, and people would play cards at night and chess and drink whiskey and hang out and smoke a doobie on the porch, whatever they were doing, it's musicians. So it was my best friend, Hunter Ackerman, one of my best friends in the world. He's my baby's godfather. He came out and played this guy, the Too Good Looking character. And like people came out of the woodwork, like, the movie Green Mile. Do you remember it? It's from a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Remember? The bad guy, the jailer, he put dry sponge on the guy's head. Horrible. In real life, that guy people joke that he's like a leprechaun because he's so happy and he's like, oh, he's a wonderful friend of mine. And he came out and played the older version of Too Good Looking in the Too Good Looking video. And then my girls, they came out, like, goodness gracious, everybody was out there. Everybody came, and it was a barn raising. We did it together.
That's awesome.
It was awesome.
That's awesome. That sounds like a fantastic, fantastic time.
Lifelong friendships were forged. I swear, especially, I would say, Deus and Paul, they just became fast friends on the set. And then they also play two of the mechanics, the aircraft mechanics that become barbershop quartet guys. Yeah, it was good times.
Well, the next video, thank you for sharing that.
Sure.
Awesome. I would have loved to have been there just to find a little corner on the porch and be quiet and just listen and enjoy. I'm a child of the night. My middle name is Star.
Oh yeah.
SDARR, and I was born 15 minutes after midnight.
Oh.
That's my happy time. I would have loved to have been there for that. That would have been.
Too Good Looking's the third release. So if you play Magnolia Trees before Too Good Looking, it makes a little more sense. I don't care what order you play them in, but just so you know, there's a cliffhanger for Too Good Looking at the end of Magnolia, and then Magnolia, and then Too Good Looking will play into the next. But they all play fine because it's all the same story. Can't really mix them up.
Well, let's get Magnolia Trees up. With that being said, I want to do this right.
Then you're going to find out all my secrets. But really gets into it. It's like, oof.
Awesome. Well, you know what they say, you're never alone in this life, even when sometimes you may feel that you are. Everybody, you're watching Hanging with the Dreamer, featuring Sonia Kazarova.
Hello, happy birthday, Dreamer.
Thank you. And we are talking about inspiration. We are talking about creative thoughts and creative things and nice, beautiful creative actions. And I'm about to play more of Miss Kazarova's new music. This is Magnolia Trees. Be sure to ask anybody and everybody. Please ask in the chat a question, introduce yourself so we can say hi to you. Thank you for being here. Enjoy Magnolia Trees by Sonia Kazarova.
Thank you for running to me. talking and walking circles around me. For the real thing, when you pick me up, for never giving up, for seeing me all in green. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for running to me, and for magnolia trees, for honeybees, for the sting. Seeing me all in green. How you woke up and stole that car to get to me, for the songs that you sang, for the rain, counting summer days, melting into you, for shading me, for breaking me, for kitchen floor howling me. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for running to me, and for magnolia trees, honeybees, for the sting, for seeing me all in green. For magnolia trees in the rain, honeybees, for the sting. Thank you for loving me.
Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. Oh, that is beautiful. That is, without a doubt, one of the most heartfelt, honest, beautiful, sacred pieces of art that I have heard in a very long time. And I'm not kidding. That is powerful. That is magic. That is gorgeous. That is passion. That is creativity. Truly, truly music crafted in heaven. That is beautiful, beautiful. The orchestration, the arrangement, everything, everything. What is the
piece.
what is
And of course, Matt, who really played the cello. That's Scarlett Rivera, who's a really famous violinist from Bob Dylan's Rolling Thunder Revue, who's in the video. But the man who played the music is Matt Nelson, really gifted. And he and Avery Bright added to my composition by adding their very own unique orchestra. Beautiful.
It's my brother-in-law, Mark Eagleson. I love the combination of beautiful, inspiring music and a breathtaking video. Thank you, bro.
So sweet. Thank you for your kind words. It means a lot because a lot of stuff we work on as artists, we do it in the dark. And then when we put it out there, it belongs to the people. And I hope people get that. I mean, it's probably a little on the nose, like but I couldn't think of a song where people actually thanked someone for loving them. And I wasn't trying to do that. It just came out that way.
That's
really,
perfect.
I really think that gratitude, this song was written in my mind many years for a different purpose. But I wanted to put it here because I think it helps tell the story. Wow, it's just, when you love someone really, even if they're not the right person at the time and you don't end up being with them or whatever that is, the gratitude for that great love or that great experience doesn't go away. Or it could be, to the person that you're with now. You had some crazy adventures. I know there's a little bit of melancholy underneath, kind of like that C sharp minor Rachmaninoff stuff. Yeah, I think it's important to be grateful, even for things that may not have been.
That is absolutely beautiful. That's brilliant. And just as I was saying, that this is definitely some music that I once experienced in a different form, in a different expression, in a unique expression to their own, from a very legendary artist such as yourself, Miss Kazarova. Growing up, as long as I've been involved with music and been a music fan, which goes from childhood, I was always really into the music and the work of Meatloaf. And
that's so nice. Big, beautiful, orchestral, operatic.
Yes.
That's great. Like all those big phrases. That's a really nice thing for you to say. Thank you.
That's what attracts me to your art. That's what makes me, as the music fan, want to be a part of your world, your musical world. Want to be a part of your magic and your epic, legendary heart and soul. Because it reaches me.
Well, we all have that epic soul. That's what we're reflecting with one another. That's why we resonate with each other. That's the way it is.
Moments.
It gets crazy epic near the end. It's like, it goes very much in that direction. You're going to like this.
Definitely.
I'm excited.
I can't wait to hear it, and I can't wait to experience it, and I can't wait to watch it when that time is right. Next up, everybody, well, you've been watching Hangin' with the Dreamer featuring your old birthday boy, the Dreamer here.
There he is.
Hey. And if you would like to just say hi to Miss Kazarova, please do say so in the chat. Be kind, be respectful. After all, this is my chat. And I would really encourage everybody to be loving and kind and respectful. And say hi to Miss Kazarova, for she is an angel to spend her sacred time and her precious time with me on my birthday morning. You are watching Hangin' with the Dreamer featuring Miss Sonia Kazarova. Coming up, and I would say coming up after these breaks, but we're just going to keep going. Too good looking. Now, before I play this video,
Uh-oh.
Hey, where'd you go? Is there anything that you would like to say just to break this video in, or should I go right into should I
Let's
go right into the video?
gonna do their own thing. So let's talk afterwards. See what you think.
Okay.
As we've loved her.
I can't believe you value my opinion. Wow. Wow, I am blessed. I'm honored that somebody actually cares about what I think.
Check it out.
Let's check it out, everybody. This is Sonia Kazarova. This is Too Good Looking. Enjoy, everybody.
He was an old school flight boy, a colonel in his youth. He said an old cloth biplane is where he cut his tooth. His neck was leather red and on the swivel for the deuce. He was an old philosopher, of course. His chest was broad, his belly's round, his belt was something buried down beneath his old revolver and his hips. I spoke right up and asked him how he thought he spent his life. He took a swig of whiskey and replied, I was too young, too dumb, too rich, and too good looking. I was too young, too dumb, too rich, and too much fun. He smiled and all his teeth were haggard, crooked, yellow things. He said it never did no good to buy a bigger plane, 'cause oil leaks, have gas and grease is all you'll ever have. If you'll buy that, you know that you can have. He had a decent woman with an awful pretty face. He never paid attention, so the whole thing was disgrace. I said if I could have all that, my chest was swelled with pride. Said the glory of his conquest was denied. His chest was broad, his belly was round, his belt was something buried down beneath his old revolver and his hips. I spoke right up and asked him how he thought he spent his life. He took a swig of whiskey and replied, I was too young, too dumb, too rich, and too good looking. I was too young, too dumb, too rich, and too much fun. He likes to wear shit kickers, but he's from Park Avenue. Broke down with them blue-collar boys like he could sell the truth.
He used to be a working man, but now he's riding high.
He winked and drank and spun me one more line. I was too young, too dumb, too rich, and too good looking. I was too young, too dumb, too rich, and too much fun. He hung his hat in Houston or a boat down by the bay. His pirate days were over, or so he liked to say. The wonder of his journey was how he found his way, like a message in a bottle would say. I was too young, too dumb, too rich, and too good looking. I was too young, too dumb, too rich, and too much fun.
He's too young, too dumb, too rich, too good looking. He's too young, too dumb, too rich, and too much fun.
I love it. That's awesome. Well, ooh. To be continued. All right. That was cool.
what?
That-
Oh my, like, you guys have to like hang with me because the story goes on for 11 songs, but you know, we're putting them out kind of slowly, one at a time, so people can get to know us. But the next two, they'll punch you in the gut. Watch out.
I can't wait. I am so ready.
Gonna be like,
Awesome. I am ready. I am ready. I am ready.
it's gonna be interesting. We'll see how it's received, but it makes for a good show. It makes for an interesting show. So, what'd you think? Too good looking. Can you relate?
But, huh. Excuse me.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh my gosh. Oh. Absolutely, Monolith. Absolutely brilliant. You know, from a guy's standpoint, from a guy's point of view,
Yeah.
I could definitely relate. I can most definitely relate wishing that there was a time in my life when I just was so emotionally and mentally committed to somebody who didn't really care. And I remember a time I was at a karaoke bar and some Meatloaf came on. And I was so much in that space, I grabbed the mic. And you know, I had all this stuff inside of me. I had to get it all out. I had to get it all out. And that was 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Meatloaf's song, epic, legendary hit. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. And though my memory kind of has faded over the years, then when I watch your video for Too Good Looking, it brought all those memories back of a dark, stormy night in a crowded little dark bar out in the middle of nowhere. I was casting my heart and my soul and my burden to the night sky, and the lightning cracked and it was raining and there was thunder, and it was just perfect, right for the moment, right for that magical time. When I watched your video for Too Good Looking, I was just like, then I started to visualize the lightning bolts, and I started to hear the thunder in the back of my mind, and I started to hear the rain pouring, and I remembered. So I thank you for your beautiful video, Too Good Looking. Because I got to tell you,
Being very personal. That's really cool.
It's awesome.
Cool.
It's magical. It really is. And I got to tell you also, from a guy's standpoint,
Yeah.
I can definitely say that almost every guy that I've known in my life has tried to tell a girl this.
Right.
And
I go back in time, but it's like, but I think it's so much fun to go at it in this way. It's not like mean or rude. It's we laugh at ourselves, right? Don't we just like, oh my God, what was I doing? Or we laugh at the situation, which is fun.
so, do you have any video concept ideas you care to share with the dreamers today, Ms. Kazarova?
Oh, in what sense? You mean in the sense of something more to create, or What?
mm, building off of Too Good Looking.
Oh, well, we have we have all of the videos are complete. We're just waiting to release. So I'm actually going to go meet with my good friend Ivan Stekovic here in a minute. He is the Croatian master. It's basically the kind of this dirty little secret of this production is I used to produce feature films like with a small production company in LA when I had lost my voice. I had lost my voice for like 8 years, which I think this is the first time I've told that in a public forum to anyone. You don't tell people that if you're an opera singer because there's big budgets involved. People get worried that something could happen. But then I got my voice back and it was like a second chance kid and I went after it so hard. So like this opportunity really tells me like dreams have no expiration dates. You can just continue to do them. So I went about this and I was like, okay, let's get a director. Let's get an art department, get all these important components together. And all my friends from all different walks were like, why are you doing that? Why don't you just do everything? I'm like, no, you understand. I have to hire this person because I already wrote the music and the lyrics and the story and storyboarded it. And, and I'm like doing the housing and getting everybody food and bringing casting and all that. So I just want somebody else. And they're like, no. So I asked around. People wanted, $10,000, $20,000 to direct. And, art department would have been this and that. Ivan's like, we do it. And I'm like, okay. So after seeing these three, the dirty little secret is the production team is me and Ivan, supported by Paula, who did grip work, lighting, and took stills. So that was it. And it looks like a whole team because kind of was like everybody throwing in their efforts together. But yeah, the next video that's coming up will be the game and it continues the story. And then we continue forward. But I didn't know what you mean in terms of, I can certainly tell folks ideas about how to create videos or ideas if that's interesting. I didn't know what you meant for your question.
I'm all about inspiration and I'm all about the excitement of creating and I'm all about the excitement of art and expression. I'm all about my question.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if there were, like, do you have a bigger picture? Like, where would you like to see your videos and your music productions and your music career be in 3 years?
Oh, okay. That's going to sound pretty crazy. By the way, is that Kevin that wrote that nice note?
Yep. Kevin. Thank you,
you.
Kevin. Hello, Sonia. You're absolutely gorgeous. Not much of a country music fan, but you're brilliant. My boy Dreamer will tell you that. Thank you, Kevin.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. I'm hoping that even people who don't like country music might like this because it's more about the story and having a little bit of fun. And if he doesn't like country, but he likes rock, he's going to love number 10 because number 10 is very rock-ish. But yeah, like I would say in terms of 3 years from now, I mean, obviously I'm touring. I wasn't expecting to be touring now. I'm touring and doing this big rodeo tour. So I'm going to go to Prescott, Arizona, the oldest rodeo in the U.S. And then Window Rock, which is a Navajo Nation rodeo. And then up to Calgary for the Stampede, which is the largest rodeo in the world. And then Wyoming, Cheyenne Frontier Days. I don't have the dates solidified yet. I mean, I know when the dates are. They're the 8th through the 18th for Calgary and the 22nd through the 31st, but I don't know exactly where they're going to stick us. But it's happening. So that's surprising. But the real thing is to get the music out to as many people as possible. Part of my vision is to do collaborative concerts with different styles from all over the world so that, we as a tribe can do some good. Kind of like what they did with We Are the World back in the day, but bigger and really effective results, like in terms of, protecting kids from violence and helping people from hunger who have hunger issues or food insecure. These things drive me. I work with my community with something called Food Cycle LA, where we glean food from the back of grocery stores that's supposed to be thrown away, and we bring it to homeless shelters. We're actually working with the Ukrainian refugee group right now, and that's every day. And there's hundreds, 400,000 pounds of food, and that was 2 months ago that we'd collected over the past 2 years and redistributed that would have just gone to the landfill, and they're perfectly good. So I have these ideas, but my music, I have 8 albums that I wrote at the same time when this happened. So this is the first one, and I'm not sure if the second one will be A Long, Long Road, which is a prequel, or a bunch of stories from, I don't want to give anything away, but it's really cool. So I'm hoping we'll be back in production in September. I've also heard that there's a European tour afoot, but I want to be a great big shiny star so that I can get my voice out, not so that I can be like, oh, everybody thinks I'm so great. I just feel like it's my purpose is to be heard and to listen to my audience, and then also try to be a conduit for what's needed with these pieces. I think there's several pieces. There's one that's coming along. It has kind of a naughty name. It's the next one is The Game, and then there's Not Too Late, and then Fancy Bitch. I think Not Too Late and Fancy Bitch are definite messages that I think we're being called for by, God was like, hey, do this, write this song because it's needed. I wrote a song that's not out yet that's really cool. It's called My Country 'Tis of Thee, and it's kind of, you ever remember that song that was done a long time ago, Proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. Beautiful song, right?
Yeah.
And as a little kid, I always just wanted to write that song. And I was meditating like, I don't know, a year ago. And I was writing something about it in my big meditation book, right? It's right here. And I started writing the song, and I'm like, oh my God, this is the song. It's a, I won't say nationalistic, but I am patriotic. I'm a very patriotic American because my family, I'm first generation born here. My family came with nothing. My grandparents had that gutsy moment and they came with nothing. So I'm very patriotic for the opportunity they made for me. I lost the dreamer. Where did he go? I'm by myself.
No, you're never by yourself.
I thought I lost. But anyway, I'm very patriotic. So I think that song is important. I hope it's not too late in getting it out. But I resonate with people because it's where we are, like where we are in our hearts as American people, as people from this nation, because we get all confused with politics, and I don't do that. And, I don't play with that, and I don't try to get involved with that. But I do think that at the crux and the core, we have this great spark, that great maverick spirit, that great independence, that great hopefulness. We can be anything we want to be as long as we put that effort in there and we want it bad enough. And I have so much hope and thought that this song might help re-spark that, that belief that we have a great responsibility to be joyful, exuberant, brilliant, and at the forefront of leadership in the world. So, I have various songs that are coming. I can't wait for you to hear that song. I know my producer was like, he's like, yeah, let's do the Tis of Thee one. I'm like, we didn't quite get to it on the last one, but it's definitely, if he lets me have an extra track, it's going on the next album.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so there's lots
good.
afoot. I want to do everything everywhere with everyone. I want to collaborate with all the big stars. I want to work with and sing duets with powerful players who are already there so that it might, people go, hey, that girl's also very cool and what they're doing is really moving and meaningful. Not so much as poppy as music has been, because a lot of country music has gone really poppy. I kind of wanted to bring back real storytelling that costs you a kidney, that hurts you to tell it, because in that costing, you save other people the cost. They feel less alone out there in the dark. They feel like, hey, that's my song, because that's what my voice can't say. Maybe I'm able to sing for them. I know that sounds very arrogant. I'm not being arrogant about it. I'm just saying, like, voice to the voiceless. My concept as a person is to shine light on others, shine light from within. So anyway, I'm excited about it. It's cool.
I like that. Your concept, your conscience is to shine light on others. You see, that's something that's written in the stars. And I totally believe that. And I totally believe that things in life don't happen by mistake.
Right.
And there's no such thing as coincidences. That
Yes.
what
Coincidences that keep happening around this album. I'm like, what? Oh my God. Did you see the people in the video? The guy playing the guitar just for 2 seconds? Ferguson. I'm like, what? He's like a big time guy. And then Scarlett Rivera. Have you ever heard the album Desire from Bob Dylan?
Yeah.
He told Eric Clapton and his group to like, hey, sit this one out. I'm using Scarlett. And she went on the Rolling Thunder Review tour with her. She's a good friend. She plays with a lot of famous people, but she's actually sister from another mister. And she's like, sure, I'll come up and be in your video. I'm like, I love you, Scarlett. Scarlett Rivera? Are you kidding me? The people that came, the coincidences that keep happening, we are meant to find our light. Every single one of us, and every single one of us has light inside and deserves to shine. Anyway, I'm like,
I absolutely agree. I agree 150%. And, you know, being a creator, a visionary creator that had to suffer the ridicule and had to suffer the rough upbringing and being picked on in schools and being laughed at. When I look back at that decades later, I realized that maybe, just maybe, the people that used to torment me when I was a kid actually saw something. And they were threatened by it, and they were jealous. And
hurt because hurt people.
yeah,
We're just damaged, and that's not acceptable. And I'm sorry, I apologize to baby you. That's not.
thank you. You're kind.
Happy birthday, by the way. It's still your birthday. Oh my God, it's still going on right now. It's everywhere.
I'm Thank you, Sonia. And you know, being that it's my birthday, I see you have a guitar sitting behind you.
Oh yeah, that's not my guitar, but yeah, that's my guitar. I did the pianos over there.
And
This is the guitar. Not much, but it is here.
beautiful.
Action's a bit high. I would like to lower the action. Anyway, you have to forgive me because I am supposed to be in the studio at 11, and
Absolutely.
I just am having so much fun. Could we potentially meet again? Talk again?
Absolutely. So everybody, and before we end, real quickly, Kevin said you're welcome, darling. A dreamer brother, you know I'm straight up metalhead.
I
And
love metal. I teach metal people how to sing sometimes. Well, I have. I just had a guy in here the other day, is a heavy metal guy, and he wanted to be like this crazy kind of singing. And I was like, I could teach you how to do that without hurting yourself. So tip for all you metalheads out there, get a straw and sing through a straw. It doesn't have to be a bar straw. It can be a regular straw. Sing through the straw. It will help coordinate your chords so you don't hurt yourself while you're singing metal. Metalheads. I love metal.
so before we end today, that is, who would you like to give a shout out to? Who would you like to thank? And who would you like to send well wishes and warm wishes to?
All you wonderful people watching The Dreamer deserve to be, feeling very good because this man deserves all the support in the world. And I'm glad you're here. And I'm glad you were here to check out this crazy country singer / opera singer, even if it's not your thing. And I want to send extra love out to Mitch Dayton, who's my producer in Sputnik Sound in Nashville, and Vance Powell, of course, who is part of that Sputnik journey. And I want to thank David Callie, who's always by my side. He's my sweetheart, my love, and he believes in me 8,000,000,000%. My daddy, who survived cancer. Woohoo! Good job, Dad. And all my that and all the wonderful people who are in the music videos and who also were on the album, and all the people I have yet to meet, because I can't wait to meet you guys out there while I'm singing, and can't wait to hear your stories. Try to reflect what you guys need. Thank you all so much, and happy birthday. I'm bringing opera back to the opera.
Awesome. Well, it's been, and real quickly, again, if anybody would like to support my production, please follow all my social links, subscribe to the Dreamer's Life on YouTube, and hit my support link. It really does go a long way, and it does help me to continue to bring legendary content. And mark down on your calendars, Dreamer, June 20th, First Angel Media will be stopping by Dreamland Studios.
Cool.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Sonia Kazarova. Thank you, everybody, for watching me today and helping me make this and create the best birthday ever.
Happy birthday. We'll see you soon. Aloha.
Thank you, Sonia. Hey, guys. January 20th. See you then. An all-new episode of Hanging with the Dreamer every Monday at 12 noon. Available wherever you stream.